All right, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Welcome to the Evening Rush. First of all, happy Children's Day to our lovely, beloved children. I do hope that while we celebrate you today, the light of Christ will always be with you, and you will not be exposed to unfortunate circumstances that will mar the beauty of childhood. All right, that's the beauty of Children's Day. You would not be exposed to unfortunate circumstances that will mar your childhood. Meanwhile, we've heard that spy planes and helicopters and drones have already been deployed by the Nigerian military to Oyo State to trace the hideout of the terrorists who have kept the pupils there for so long. You know that those pupils are still within the custody of the terrorists, and some persons will say that this is one aspect that possibly the federal government has refused to negotiate with those terrorists. While we await the outcome of that special operation, we're also expecting that such a special operation would be geared towards Ngoshe, where they have 416 of those kidnapped victims under the custody of Boko Haram and their affiliates. So let it not seem as if there is an imbalance, or maybe because it's now in the southwest, they're deploying every machinery. It should be an equal operation. I want to believe that that is currently what is taking place, in terms of a military strategy to have a safe release of those within the captivity of Boko Haram in Ngoshe and also in Oyo. We do hope that the children return home very quickly. I don't know the kind of experience they would have had. Being kidnapped is not even a joke. I wouldn't lie to you. The experience is horrible. It leaves a lasting impression on your psyche. So for us to be at the point where children are being kidnapped and detained in the forest for so long is an unfortunate circumstance. However, happy Eid al-Kabir to our Muslim brothers and sisters. Happy Eid al-Kabir to our Muslim faithfuls. The president said that at this point in time, Nigeria's unity should be what we should clamor for and pray for peace. He also said we should pray for the terrorists that they have sinned, and that Allah should show them the light so they change their ways. Obviously, like I said, there's quite a lot that we're going to discuss today. But first of all, there is something I want to highlight, which I consider to be very important. Parents, it's important to educate our children on our history. Otherwise, a lot of things will be distorted, and it's painful that it is just now some people are beginning to understand. It's just now that some people are beginning to understand the importance of history in their lifetime. Former military administrator Yakubu Gowon released a memoir, and military head of state released a memoir, and historians have said there's a lot of lies in that memoir. That's not the only thing as well. The BBC intends, I'm talking about BBC Africa, which is actually funny because it was the BBC that termed it the Biafran War. Okay, the BBC also say they are going to release a documentary called Surviving the Biafran War, Surviving Biafra, in June, and that documentary, they say, is quite special for some persons. They say that documentary will come from different notable experiences of those who survived Biafra, and it is being carried out by two men. They are known as filmmakers, which obviously we actually expected that these young men, hopefully they'll give us a proper account of how those who were part of the Biafran story, how it came up. These young men are known as filmmakers, and we're hearing that Surviving Biafra documentary will definitely be coming up, I think sometime within the first week of June. I'm sure it's already ready and all of that, but they created a scenario. The BBC called it a groundbreaking documentary on Nigerian civil war. They termed it Surviving Biafra. Is going to be available from the 1st of June 2026, and Nigerians are anticipating, especially those who were part of the history and those who were affected by that war against the Biafrans from the Nigerian government. They want to see what that documentary is going to be all about, if it is another means of changing history, or if it's going to be a true account which tallies with books written so far on what transpired during that period in the history of Nigeria that has really marred the nation. It broke the nation, and the Southeast has not healed from that, and somehow the children born from that generation are suffering the situation that has nothing to do with them. They're suffering from that. The Southeasterners have complained of amalgamation, underrepresentation. It's almost like the government doesn't really recognize the Southeast as a region, and they have always said, if you would not recognize us, then let us go away. And if they claim to go their way, there's another form of decimation as well on them. But we want to see how that will go. In the meantime, like I said, this should not be an opportunity to revive old wounds. I really wish the Nigerian government will see how that conversation will be had, where that peace and reconciliation would come up, and let the past be the past, and let the Nigerian government prove to the Biafrans at heart that they're indeed part of Nigeria, and then let us not have a false impression or a false narrative if we want to move forward. So we await the outcome of that particular documentary coming up officially on the 1st of June. It's a documentary scheduled to premiere globally, directed by award-winning filmmaker Meji Alabi, and it's being produced by the BBC African Eye team. It's a 75-minute film revisiting the Nigerian Civil War through unseen frontline archives and intimate eyewitness testimonies. The documentary intends to explore the experiences of both soldiers and civilians on both sides of the conflict. That is, from the side of Nigeria and the Biafran side, those who worked for Nigeria and those who fought, at the front line with Nigeria and against Nigeria. It's a deeply personal aspect of the film, which features director Meji Alabi interviewing his own grandfather, a former army commando, alongside other individuals who fought alongside and against the commando. That is, those who fought alongside the federal government and also against the federal government. We're going to be hearing, according to what the documentary entails, true accounts of what happened. But in the meantime, please, if you haven't read about it, there are several books, text on the Nigerian Civil War and the Biafran War. You can actually get several templates on that to have an understanding of what happened and what led to the war, how persons died severally, and seems like there's a stigma on from that situation up until now. On Friday, I'll be bringing a historian to the studio to give us proper archive details of what transpired. There are a lot of historians out there. Unfortunately, history was scrapped from our curriculum. Thank God it's been brought back. So although there have been questions that arose as to why is that documentary coming now, why is Gowon also releasing his memoir now, why did he not release his memoir alongside Dim Ojukwu as well, and others who could possibly either counter some of the narratives that he's given us, because a lot of them who were active during that war had passed down. So there are concerns with his memoir, but we'll be looking into that on Friday. A historian will give us a proper perspective of what caused the war, how that war came about, the role that the Biafrans played, and the role the Nigerian government played under Gowon, and the actors that facilitated that war that made it become the way it did. We're also going to bring out documentaries from journalists from the BBC as well, white journalists. They were the ones actually covering that reports. Mr. Forsyth gave a detailed account of what happened when he went back to Britain, telling us precisely from the front lines of the Biafrans and as well of the Nigerian soldiers, the order given by the military, and how the Nigerian soldiers on ground went against the order and went on a full scale on genocide against the Biafrans. We're going to get all of that on Friday. We're going to explore that. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, let's start off with this. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has addressed Nigerians, saying that they are not forgotten and that they are not abandoned, that his economic reform, indeed it's a difficult period, all right, but that it is now over. The economic reform is working better, saying the sacrifices made by Nigerians in the last 3 years have started yielding results. That is what the president said, that indeed the country has passed through a difficult phase, but now we're entering a period of stability, growth, and renewed hope. The president says that to Muslim faithfuls across the globe, that this is a time to celebrate and at the same time do what you call a personal reflection on the faith. He linked the significance of Eid al-Kabir to the sacrifices Nigerians had made under his administration's economic reform program. He said the difficult decisions taken by the government had helped to stabilize his economy and improve Nigeria's attractiveness to investors. According to him, the reforms are now positioning the country for job creation, economic growth, and fresh opportunities. Also, in that regard as well, Islamic clerics have said terrorists and bandits are not Muslims. They are not practicing the true tenets of Islam, so they don't consider them to be Muslims. In the same vein, we also have a development right now coming up where, speaking on the kidnapped victims, the president said at this point in time through Bayo Nanaga that there would be tough measures to ensure that these guys will no longer continue to have it their women caprice to abduct persons anytime they like. Now, I also want you to know that now that the elections are closed, false information, fake narratives, use of AI will generate controversy. I think Very Dark Man is in that situation right now, and Bayo Nanaga quickly tweeted. Bayo Nanaga, special advisor on information and strategy to President Bola Tinubu, has called the social media influencer Martins Vincent Osa, also known as Very Dark Man, that he's going to face legal consequences over his circulation of an alleged fake audio purportedly involving the president. I saw that video. It looked like AI, and even the tone of the president that was used. The president right now doesn't speak fast. If you hear the president speak, he paces his speech so much, like you're literally waiting for the next word or statement to drop. That audio was clean, was fast, was too audible. It sounded very vibrant. The president, I'm not saying the president is not vibrant, I'm saying that the president's tone in the past and now, there's a difference. His age is telling now. So anyone who listened to that audio would know it is AI. But they said that video went viral. I don't know if Very Dark Man reposted that video, but somebody posted it like it was from his movement or whatever. And from that video, it made the voice of the president was used to make inciting comments, like the president not caring, like the insecurity in the north is not something they should hinge on him, like they're the ones causing their problem and that he doesn't care, and that he called Peterobi to not campaign or contest elections or step down for him, and that if Peterobi refused, so they were going to import insecurity in the southeast. In fact, that it is going to be more in the southeast. I mean, I don't think, if this was before the 2023 elections, fine, but now I don't want to believe that that kind of statement will be made by the president. It's going to cause a civil war. It's very dangerous. So I think the federal government has said they need to conduct a survey or an investigation as to where that source of information came out from. And I hope persons who have this video should stop circulating it. Investigations will be carried out now on such a video. So yes, in as much as it is time for us to freely express ourselves, we need to be very careful with the kind of information that we put all out there. Yes, it's a political season. You have every right to dislike the president. You have every right to dislike the APC, but you have to be careful with the narratives that you peddle out there and make sure that your voice resonates at the polling unit. I also want you guys to remember that 2023 is not going to be 2027. A lot has changed. There is no certainty anymore. Places where votes are for sure is no longer certain. So there's serious groundwork that needs to be done. Please get your PVCs. Anywhere, any institution or organization that can help people to register, do that. The APC, you guys don't know the groundwork the APC has done. You may think that these primaries that were conducted are a joke. See these primaries as how the outcome of the elections will take place. So you Nigerians are the only ones that will change the narrative of these primaries we saw. The APC primaries and the ADC primaries. You think it's a joke. It's not a joke. And with the data that we've heard that were released of members registered to the political parties, Hope Uzodinma telling you that only the members of the APC can guarantee the win for the president. These people are not speaking as side talk. They're telling you precisely what's at stake. So I want you to use these primaries as a yardstick of what the elections in 2027 will be like. And with the accusations on INEC, there's a lot. So those who have candidates, you better start building grassroots support, because we heard that narratives are already going on in some parts of the north, and they were burning the banner of Peterobi and Kwankwaso, saying Bamayi that we don't want. They're saying Kwankwaso betrayed them. In other words, the ADC supporters have started off with a narrative that Kwankwaso betrayed the north. Why would he agree to deputize Peterobi? Again, we're going to see a lot of these things unfold, and be very careful of the kind of information that you're going to hear out there. The ADC primary so far, Atiku Abubakar, across the 22 states is leading. Rotimi has said he doesn't support the outcome, as well as Hayatuddin. So we had, for now, they suspended the collation of the ADC results because of some irregularities. I said it yesterday that some states, there were no primaries, yet massive results were called out from those states. So there's a lot that will be discussed this evening, but first of all, let me introduce my analyst, Mr. Elvis Elimehele. Good evening, and thank you for joining us today. How are you, sir?
Good evening, Esther. Baraka Salah.
Happy Eid al-Kabir.
Happy Eid al-Kabir to all our Muslim brothers and sisters.
Okay.
Who live to celebrate in peace and in love in this great nation of ours.
I also have Mr. Lawal Ekondare with us right here in the studio. Mr. Lawal, good evening.
Good evening.
How are you?
Yeah, fine.
Why are you sounding gentle? You're not gentle. Me and you know that you're not gentle. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much.
How are you?
Give glory to God.
Okay. I'll start with you, Mr. Elvis. There is something unsettling, right, about men returning to history when the principal witness is no longer alive to answer back. That is why the timing of the General Yakubu Gowon's recent book has generated more discomfort than admiration. For many Nigerians, especially those whose lives were shaped by the trauma of the Civil War, the question is not merely what the general wrote, but why he chose to write it now. The book would perhaps have carried greater moral weight if it had been published while Chief Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu was still alive to challenge, clarify, or corroborate its claims. History becomes more complicated when one of its central actors is absent. That actor was the defining moment of the war. He was the leader of the war. Now, what remains are competing interpretations, emotional loyalties, and selective memories. In that sense, Gowon's intervention risks looking less like a contribution to reconciliation and more like an attempt to shape the final narrative uncontested. Okay? The tragedy of the Nigerian Civil War is that both Gowon and Ojukwu were extraordinary young men burdened with extraordinary power. They were ambitious, proud, and driven by convictions that ultimately cost millions of lives. Entire communities were destroyed. Families were permanently displaced. The scars of starvation, mistrust, and ethnic suspension still linger nearly 6 decades later. Neither side can claim complete moral innocence. Now, there is a debate around the Aburi Accord. It remains one of the most contested episodes in Nigerian history. Different versions have emerged over the years, each shaped by political allegiance and ethnic memory. Yet, one uncomfortable truth remains: the war was not inevitable. Ojukwu said he tried, but it was not inevitable. It was like they were pushing for it to happen, and somehow he needed to defend his people. There are documentaries we showed young boys at the age of 10. I have all of those documentaries. Unfortunately, today is not the main day for me to speak on it, for us to play all of those out. And it is not a moment that Nigerians should go through anymore. Now, one of the enduring disappointments for many observers was Gowon's absence at Ojukwu's burial. Symbolism matters in a divided society. A handshake at a funeral cannot erase history, but it can signal closure. It can communicate that despite the bitterness of war, humanity survived politics. Gowon missed an opportunity to embody that spirit of reconciliation, and that's why some Nigerians are struggling to reconcile their public Christian identity with what appears to be an unwillingness to fully confront their own role in the conflict. I want to ask you, Mr. Alves, a lot of us were still very young at the time. Have you looked at Gowon's account of what transpired, his memoir, the brief memoir he has been able to release? I don't know if you've been able to look at the abstract. What's your take on that?
I've not really read the book, but I'll be reading some, some extracts from the book. And you see, Esther, you know why this matter is festering?
Okay.
It's just because we have not been able to heal the wounds because of lack of truth, especially from the government part of this matter. There was genocide in Rwanda, 1994. It is not as worse as, it's even worse than the civil war. Number of people that are in Rwanda, genocide. But because the truth has come, the Hutus and the Hutus and the other, remember the other ethnic group, Tutsi, have been able to forget the past, and they don't even want to remember those kind of ethnicity now in Rwanda. They now call themselves, we are Rwandans. Nobody should be talking about Hutu or Tutsis. But do you know why? Because truth came, and the government of Paul Kagame has been able to do that, merge this ethnic together and say, no, we are brothers and sisters, let's move forward and begin to heal the wound from where we are coming from.
Okay.
That's why you can see peace return to Rwanda now, and people now, Rwanda has become a tourist destination now.
Yeah.
But do you know why Nigeria's own civil war is festering? Because the truth have not been spoken to this matter.
Mr. Elvis.
Books, I've read books.
Yeah.
Because during the war, some of us were not born. Even those of us that were born were still babies. But I've read books, and I've seen different accounts. At least my command, Obasanjo, Nigeria Revolution and Civil War, Alexander Manduebo, he was the chief of army staff to the Biafra regime, to the Biafra administration. I've read this many years of military, 12 years.
Even that of Philip Effiong, Ojukwu deputy.
I've read so many books. Even the last one that was written, the last book Chino Achebe read, that was in country. Still have it in my library. It's so much about the war. But if you bring the narrative in all these books together, and with the extract I read from what Gowon had just written, you see that there are so many.
There's so many gaps.
Because the truth have not been spoken. Where did the federal government miss the truth? After the war, there was a 3 arrow: reconciliation, rehabilitation, and reconstruction. If the government has, and you know, at the end of the war, they said no victor, no vanquished. Yes, you declare that, then you not declare these 3 arrows. If the government have been truth to, these 3 arrows, and say yes, we know there was an offense, there were issues, but now let's put this behind us.
Yeah.
This very ethnic that had this issue with us, let's use our 10 fingers to bring them back as our brothers and sisters. All this one won't have been making news any longer. So that, number one. Okay. Then number two, like you mentioned, when Ojukwu died, it was another angle. It was an opportunity for Gowon to have actually had that reconciliation with the Southeast, especially when because he was the head of state when this matter happened for 3 good years. You understand? So that opportunity was missed. Though he was queried, he said he was abroad, he traveled abroad.
Gowon always has excuses. Even during the Aburi record, he said he was sick.
So
he had cough.
All those type of excuses are not really necessary when you are talking about building a nation where you want to call a country a nation. So especially with the figures that were involved, this is the person who fought with you, and this is the person who was defending it and say Nigeria must be one at all costs. So there were so many issues. So at the end of the day, you just discover that because the truth have not been spoken to, that's why you see everybody is still coming in.
But why now? Because
and the book again delayed so much.
Yes, there's a reason why I'm asking this question. Ever since this administration commenced, there's been vitriol, against the Southeast. And you go to the timeline and see people bring out pictures of what transpired during the Civil War, children being starved, women. And these are, supporters of political parties using it to taunt, to rage bait. The empathy is gone. No human feeling. Because these are children who were not even part of what happened. A lot of them are young.
Yeah.
But they're using this as a campaign strategy, pouring vitriol. You can even hear them trying to recreate that event and trying to create problem between the southeast and the north. Then there is this backlash between the southwest and the southeast. It's really toxic. So you now saying all of what you're reeling out now, and then a documentary by the same BBC, because it was a BBC that was reporting the Biafran War at the time, and they have their own narrative, whether we like it or not.
Yeah, they have.
The British also colluded.
They had
a narrative,
yes.
And it's their narrative that has transcended. There were some that distorted the narratives, and there were some that really spoke the truth from their lens. But somehow it's the same media that is, with this particular documentary. I want to see how the documentary will be, possibly to be a true history that reflects what we have supposedly read. But my question is, why is this coming now? Is there an undertone to this?
It is not even necessary at this particular time in Nigeria we are today. You see, Esther, history is dangerous because the narrator of the history depends on the side he has his sympathy for.
Okay.
And that is the side that he or she will project to the world. And by the time it's already there in circulation and you picked it and read it, that may go on. It may stay with you. By the time another person is coming to write, like a counter, like a defense, it's all like what happened in the media. That once the story breaks, by the time you are not refuting it, people don't really listen to. So this is just the issue.
Okay.
The Nigerian government, even after the war, in 1979, we saw that we had the Second Republic when Alex Ekweme became the vice president of this nation from that same part of the nation that had this problem with the war. That was another bigger opportunity under that Shagari's government for that hand across the Niger to have actually be held, tightly, that these are our brother. No matter even if the military could not do what they were expected to do with that 3 arrows, you understand? Let us now begin to bring, because as at 1979, the war just ended just 9 years. So just still very fresh. The war ended in 1970, and at 79, the vice president of this nation came from that part of the country, and the president also came from the same part of the northern part of Nigeria that had the head of state when the war started in 1967 till 1970. So it was a better opportunity to have said, no, let's find a lasting solution to this wound, get it healed, and find a way to remove the scars from the body. Right. But it was not done. And these are still, that's why you see it has brought the agitation of Mansop came before the IPOB, because when these people that are these brothers that are doing all this, some of them were not even born during the era of the war. But it depends on the history. The history they now read from and what they heard from their parents, because some of them, their parents are alive. Some of them go, I was having a younger brother, but he died during the war. Then the child will now be curious and say, what happened? Because I read some account, especially Nigeria Revolution and Civil War. Go and look for that book by Elizabeth Amadoebo. He was the chief of army staff to the Biafran administration. He was already a colonel in Nigeria Army or so, a brigadier before that war broke out. In fact, he said in his book that the day he got to his village, he already made celebrating his funeral because they thought he has already been killed in the north, because there was this killing in the north.
Yes, that was basically.
So how he was able to cross that Benue into the southeast, the Benue Bridge. If I read that book, that he was inside the tank of the water tank of the train, and he was hearing military boots, that we were searching for the easterners to bring out. In fact, that was the final point, that river Benue, before you cross into the southeast. But these ones are things that would have been put behind us if there were proper healing. That healing has not been done because so many lies has been spoken and nobody has actually come with the actual history and say, no, we want that healing. That's why the narrator of history, it depends on the side.
Yes, you're correct on that.
That's the issue with history.
We won't delve on that today. Like I said, I'm going to be bringing a historian on Friday because we need to. Some persons, not that they don't know how to read, they don't have the time. So we're going to understand precisely from the Nigerian government under Gowon and the affiliate of Gowon, as well as Chukwemeka
Yeah, they were both young
you
men.
know, at the time, and their reaction, the errors, and how the Nigerian government failed in their own aspect to heal the country, and also Biafra's weaknesses. We're going to look at that on Friday. But Mr. Lawal, please go ahead.
Thank you. Because I really am seriously anxious to say something about this thing that you are discussing.
So carry the mic, please.
Okay, because I'm bending.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Because it has a lot. Well, that thing you are discussing now, people don't know that it is genesis, is the main, because that problem remain. That is why Nigeria is still in problem up to today. People don't know, because if you go to that issue, that problem, the reason for that war, the reason is still the reason that is happening now. That is why the country is so divided and so tribalistic and so religious. This bigotry and everything. It's still the same. Go back to history, 1950 something. Go and listen to Tafawa Balewa and Amadu Bello. You get it? Now let me tell you the reason. See, if I happen to see Gowon, I have questions I'm going to ask him. One, the first question is, according to what we had from history, Ojukwu was your senior, and then you started to be commander-in-chief of your senior. How did you become commander-in-chief of your senior? Is that, you understand what I'm saying? Something is already happening at that stage. There is a distrust, because if this is a military hierarchy, the head was killed, the next person supposed to take over, and then you abandon that one, you went to the junior to pick him. There will be an issue. The second one is this. I want to ask him, why did you not allow the Igbos to go? I'm not saying that the division is normal, but these people ask for something. For you to say no, there must be a reason. So is it justifiable? I'm talking. Yes. Then the third one.
That's your whatever. I saw a clips of that. Ojukwu responded to that question. You said.
So we need to ask. Go on.
The old Eastern state at the time encompasses the South that we have now, and they had oil. So according to what was his name, Ojukwu said, he said because they had discovered oil and the Nigerian government wanted to have access to it. So they felt that what Ojukwu was proposing, that each leader of each region should be in charge of their region.
That's how it used to be.
He wanted to be in charge of that resources, and that resources at the time they felt that it would create a better advantage the old eastern region than the other regions, and so that is
the reason. Yes, control their resources.
No. Before the war,
there were regionalization.
Started in 1967.
Yeah.
As at 1966, Agu Irosin has already come up with this unitary constitution.
Yeah.
That broke regionalism.
No, I'm coming to wait, Mr. Elvis.
That was what Gowon was standing on.
Mr. Elvis, wait. Okay. Do you know that before that time, even before the white handed over independence to us, we had regions. And regions control their resources. So whatever you get in your region belongs to you.
That's why I
know what I'm saying. Do you know that? Do you know that Boro actually did his first secession in 1960, and he was the one who stopped the Boro. It was Ojukwu that stopped Boro. That's why Boro didn't go along with it, because Boro is from Niger Delta. So where the oil itself was from. Now the third question I will ask Gowon is, why did you break the region? Because why did you divide it, for God's sake? What did you consult? What was your plan? What you had in mind before you broke everything and caused a whole chaos? Because that destruction of the organization caused the chaos.
What do you think was the tactic behind that, sir?
The tactics was just to win the war.
No, it was after the war.
No.
It was after the war he broke that 12. He wanted to he wanted to centralize the whole thing.
The 12 states came to weaken the power of the Biafra administration. Because as at that time, even the present day Cross River State was Philip Effiong was a Calabar man who was deputy to Ojukwu. He was from that side, and Port Harcourt was more or less like a region of the southeast.
Yes, it belongs to the right. Yes, it's always this town.
The government of Gowon got a kind of advice that if this unity remains, this war will be difficult to win. There are so many narratives. Read the books. Even how they became, they now blocked all the entry for them to get food. That led to starvation, led to Kwashoko. In fact, Kwashoko killed more of the children because there was no food. People gave that idea to people that you should block all these routes. You can't be fighting.
They gave to go advice to go on.
That somebody that is fighting you can't feed the same person. That was what led to the creation of the 12 states. So let's balkanize them.
But that thing came off after the war.
When was River State created? River State was created in 1967.
That was during the war, sir.
During the war. The war ended in 1970.
All right, sir. We're going to take a very short break.
The first region that was created before the war was Midwestern region. 1960.
Yes, that will came along. Yes.
State. Where some of us came from Edo Delta today.
All right, so
they had to separate it from the West in order to weaken the West.
Yes.
That's why I'm talking about the.
So kindly stay with us.
Lagos, are you ready for an overflow like never before?
It's the Interdenominational Hour of Revival Lagos and the Ministers, Leaders and Business Conference.
Hosted by Bishop David Abioye. Get set for a divine encounter with the theme Exceeding Grace.
Grace that breaks limits, grace that lifts you higher, grace that changes your story.
Date Thursday 25th to Friday 26th June 2026.
Time 9 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. daily.
Venue the Grand Jour Event Center, 17 Billings Way, Oregun, Ikeja, Lagos.
This is your moment for supernatural advancement, your moment for kingdom empowerment.
Ministers, leaders, business minds, step into your next level by grace.
Don't just hear about it, be there and experience it live. Hour of Revival Lagos, Exceeding Grace. Don't miss it.
My people, why you dey suffer for darkness when better solution dey? Fuel don cost, generator noise too much, but now steady light don easy. Na why Casco Electronic Company Limited dey here for you. We dey import and supply original solar product wey you fit trust. Powerful inverters, dry cell batteries, tubular and lithium batteries, charge controllers, solar panels, solar fridge, solar pumping machines, solar AC, solar lights, and many more. Whether na for your house or abi na for your office or na for your church, your shop or your business, Casco get quality solar solution wey go save your money and give you constant power supply. No fake product, no disappointment. Na original quality at affordable prices. Run come, make you visit our head office at FL 505 beside Union Bank, Alaba International Market, Ojo, Lagos, and other offices all over Nigeria. Make you call us for the phone number 0806 198 9695 or 0902 368 4970. Casco Electronic Company Limited, powering your life with reliable solar energy.
You are listening to the number one station, the Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Do not touch that dial.
House dey dark and NEPA bill dey choke. E dey worry you as e dey affect your business. Solution don come. Imagine say you wake up for morning, light no shake, fridge don block, business no get wahala, everything dey okay. No be dream o. With Yohaku, na you dey control your light. Yohaku dey sell gas cooker, freezer, fridge, and dem go furnish you with modern kitchen o. Whether na inverter, batteries, panels, smart street lights, be na solar AC system wey you wan use for house, business, abi for industrial work, Yohaku stand chim to help you. Bye to NEPA bill. No wait till transformer go spoil again o. Oh yeah, run call Yohaku for 070-121-30260 or 080-324-82573, or you fit to call 080-669-60066. For Lagos, we there for shop F1179 Industrial Section, Ojo Alaba International Market, or shop G6 Electronic Section, Alaba International Market, Headline, Ute Ubochi Plaza, Abuja office na Corporate 13, Dubai International Market, back of Games Village, Karo District for Abuja. For Port Harcourt, we there for number 51, Oporo Road, Eziowa Eli Trade Center. For River State, Yohaku. Website na www.yohakuproducts.com. Online store na www.yohakustore.com. Yohaku, from sun to earth, we dey make your mind dey cool.
To the city's number one super dial, Voice of the People, 90.3 FM, Lagos.
Hello, Mrs. Martins.
Yes. Oh, Mrs. Johnson, how may I help you?
Junior's body temperature is high and he's complaining about headaches and body aches.
Not to worry. Get Bruston and suspension.
Okay, ma. I'll call you back.
Bruston and Suspension for Children is a sweet-tasting brand of ibuprofen which provides relief against toothache, pains, and fever in children after 30 minutes.
Hello, ma. Oh, Junior, stop that.
Is everything okay, Mrs. Johnson?
Yes, ma. Junior is fine now. In fact, Junior, sorry, ma. I'll call you back.
Brustin and Suspension for Children. Always take the product after meal. If symptoms persist after 2 days, consult your doctor. A quality product from Rambaxay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is the Evening Rush right here on Voice 90.3 FM. My name is Esther Machuku. I have Mr. Elvis Elimehele right here with us in the studio, and we also have Mr. Lawal Ekundayo. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us today in the studio.
Thank you, Esther.
Yes, so Mr. Lawal, you're trying to correct us on some of the, or will I say correct us or educate us on precisely what transpired at the time. You said you had questions asked one. I think you had asked 3, so remaining 1. You said you had 4 questions to ask.
I've given the 4th one.
You have?
I said you should tell Nigerians why did you create 12 states? Because the white understood that there are separations among us, and there is the only way they can bring us together is to allow each area to govern themselves, and then they contribute certain amount to the central, and then the central supervise. You get what I'm saying? Now that is what Nigerians is still clamoring for now. Do you know they are clamoring for resource control by the states? That's why you can say that same problem that they started in 1960 that time is still the same problem we're having now.
If you talk about creation of state and regionalism, it was Agui Rossi, Major General Agui Rossi, that came up with
the idea, but he didn't implement it.
He implemented it. And it was Professor Wambeze. Is it Wambeze, that Baba that died, that actually led that constitution that brought us into this unitary system of government, that unitary constitution. It was abrogated, that regional government, the regional constitution under later Agui Rossi before the war started. So as at that time the war started, Nigeria was no longer under what we call regionalism.
No, they were still fighting it, because that was when they went to Aburi.
Whatever you have in your place, you begin to spend it. But it was part of those things that Ojukwu was wanting to bring back to the southeastern region by leading to this war. And again, the killing of remember the massacre even in Abeokuta, Igbo officers being killed. Yes. Remember the killing in Kaduna. Alexander Mandebo was the commandant of 1st Mechanized Brigade. That is Kaduna. When before the war broke out.
There's a reason why Gowon's reflections matter, because he's almost perhaps the last surviving principal actor, with direct authority over those events. He occupies a unique moral position in history. Nigerians are not merely asking for his version of events. Many are searching for remorse, introspection, and reconciliation. As an elder statesmanship, he demands more than defending one's legacy. He demands the humility to admit that power, even when exercised with patriotic intent, can produce catastrophic consequences. And that's why questions have been asked. So one of the enduring disappointments for many observers was Gowon's absence, at Ojukwu's burial, which obviously did not symbolize that of true statesmanship and belief that indeed he had moved on. Or he had moved on from the events of what transpired at the time. And there are so many excerpts and interviews of Ojukwu who actually stated that he would not want that what happened to happen again, but the integration of the Igbo man in Nigeria, it's something that has been looked at with from some perspective of disdain, of we're going to punish them, they cost whatever happened, we will not let them rear, and that's why you continue to hear the clamor of
the Igbo man is forcing himself to be a part of Nigeria.
No,
since the war ended.
The perception is
the perception of Nigeria government is these people, we cannot accept them, we cannot trust them. So the Igbo man has been trying to tag along, and that's what we are still having till tomorrow. Okay. That people will tell you that why will you mention Obi? He can never be president of this nation.
And they tag him with this Biafra.
They go down tagging with Biafra and all that. How many Igbo men have been IG since the war ended? How many Igbo men have been chief of defense staff or chief of army staff since the war ended? It was Jonathan that appointed Hejirika.
And I think the chief of Air Force or so is now an Igbo man.
No, he's just
the current one.
No, I mean, we saw the Navy that day, then before this present one. So go and look at how sparingly they've been appointed even since all this day. Some people will say because they were out of Nigeria army during the Civil War, and it was at the end of the Civil War that they now came back. Yes. What kind of reconciliation have you done when you said, okay, those Nigerians that fought the Civil War, bring them back, then probably let's find a way to reintegrate them. Are they not integrating
Boko Haram
terrorists into Nigeria
with taxpayers' money?
And
they give them plenty money.
So that's why I said that 3 arrows has never worked. Rehabilitation, reconstruction, and reconciliation. If it has worked genuinely, nobody will be discussing this one again today.
And another thing is this: why it didn't work is because the leadership we had then, or we continue to have, these leaders are not concerned about the unity of the country. They are still, that sentiment is still what they carry into that leadership, and they continue to implement it.
Okay.
That sentiment, so that creates problem. Because if you want to integrate up some certain people, you must equalize them. You must find a way to bring them up. You know, they went through a lot, and they are the loser in the war. So you must have a way to lift them up in such a way that their areas will come up to the others and benefit. But those things are not there. So every now and then,
student laws came out with only 20 pounds. How many pounds for?
I think 5 pounds or 7 pounds.
Of what you have in
the back.
You cannot imagine that. Then look at the confiscation of their property in Rivers State, Port Harcourt. You know, they lost all their properties and began from square one. Are those part of genuine reconciliation? You can't call those one genuine reconciliation. These are just like, since you muted this and you drag us to this level, we are also going to, send the repercussion back to you. Those were some of the things. These people now practically started from the scratch. And even at that time, that's what embodied them today, that almost every from an Igbo person is an entrepreneur. Because they just believe that let us struggle to survive. And even when they are still surviving, politically, let them be part of the system. That's even what we are talking about now, because they have never been allowed to actually be part of the system politically. Forget about, one of them was a chief of, Senate president. Somebody did a vice president and all that. But Nigeria needs to actually bring the reconciliation to everybody's doorstep, so that we cannot begin to talk of a nation. As it is now, if you ask me where I'm from now, I will first of all be telling you that I'm from Edo State, before I will now start telling you I'm from Nigeria. But this is not happening in Rwanda today. In Rwanda, they tell you I'm in Rwanda. I don't want to know whether you are a Tutsi or a Hutu.
Okay.
So that's that it could have been done in that manner.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Like I said, we'll go into this on Friday. I'll bring in a historian and we'll discuss this exclusively. Let's move on to another issue, the situation of insecurity. And the president actually spoke concerning the kidnapped children and teachers and revealing the government's move. While he was speaking, he says he's grieving with the families of these children and their parents, including the schools, and that they're working hard to ensure that these children and the teachers return home to their families. You know, he stated that he had ordered relevant security agencies to sustain intelligence-led rescue operations. He also directed the strengthening of school protection measures in high-risk areas, mandating the Federal Ministry of Education and state governments to deepen the implementation of the Safe Schools framework. And also he's saying that beyond the students, other areas where, the terrorists abducted Nigerians, they're working on an intelligence to ensure that they're rescued safe without any casualty. We heard that they have deployed drones and spywares or something to trace the location of those terrorists in Oyo State. But some Nigerians have come out to say that there's a special treatment or attention given because it's getting close to the president's preferred state, which is Lagos, that the presidency may not have been very proactive and acute if it had been centered in the north. Do you think that's true?
No. That narrative should not be brought in. We saw the Kebbi students when they were adopted last time. We also saw what the federal government did about that. You understand?
Yeah.
That narrative should not be brought in. That they are getting to the president's state. What we should be talking about, that our children and our teachers are in the bush with the terrorists. So the government must be proactive enough to get these children and to back to their parents. Esther, do you know what it means if you have a child now for it's going to over 1 week now, going to this is the second week now with the terrorists, that we even heard that there's as young as a 2 years old baby, the nursery school child, among them. How do you think the parents of such children will not be able to sleep? And I mean, they're kind of demoralized and become distressed since all these days. So nobody should bring in that narrative. What we are saying is the president should do the needful. We have seen some successes, recorded for some time, as I say, in collaboration with the U.S. Intelligence Army. Yeah. We have seen some killing.
In fact, the U.S. just released a report that the terrorism taking place is backed up by 30,000 Fulani militia.
Yes. These 30,000 people are named militia. Buhari opened the border.
Yeah, for
everything that Nigeria is facing today, this banditry was brought in by Buhari, and one of the persons who said the purpose of what they brought in this banditry in 2014, 2015 was to destabilize the government if Jonathan did not hand over. And today here we are. Kao Baraje is still alive.
He said so.
He's still alive. El-Rufai is still alive. They know the cause of this problem. But today nobody is looking at
an APC chieftain.
Yes, today nobody is looking at them to say, okay, who were the sponsors when you were bringing all this? Buhari, the former president that is dead now, was part of them. He knows where this problem started from. So let's not shy away from the truth, Esther. The most important thing now is that we know that everywhere is infiltrated. Even in my town, this one I traveled, Esther, by 7 o'clock, Eboma is shut down. Nobody can go out. I was surprised. So you cannot imagine that when we're talking about they are getting closer to Lagos now. They are already everywhere. That they have not struck in Lagos does not really mean that Lagos is too immune. It's just that we should not even expect it. You understand?
I mean, there are kidnappers, robbers.
No, yesterday
somewhere around Ayobo.
Let me give you the one you don't know.
The fuel in Jakonde Estate here at Isolo.
Let me give you the one you don't know. Look at these Okada riders. How many of them do you think you know?
They are not Nigerians.
How many of them? Many of them can't speak your language. They can't speak English. They can't speak what you speak. They don't even know that area. And the question is, how did they get Okada? The bike to ride. What gave it to them?
Do we say our bike riders in Lagos?
Yes.
I thought it's more.
Come on, or even on the express. On the express. Go to my 2 bridge. You see them from my 2. No, I'm even talking about Federal Road. My 2 here. Go to my 2 on the bridge. You see them from my 2 to Apapa. From Apapa down. Go to my 2. You see them on the Federal Road. Talk less of the inland world, and then you see them, ask them, even the road, tell them to take you to a street. They'll take you to another street. You will be directing them. And the question is,
Okada has not been stopped in Alimosho, the biggest local government in Lagos.
I'm not even saying stop Okada. What I'm saying is that the people who are riding this Okada, who cannot speak our language here, how did they get the Okada? Who gave it to them? They are not street urchin. They are giving employment here by who? Who is sponsoring them? Somebody is sponsoring them here to give them the bike.
They don't know how to go about it.
That's the problem. Somebody will invite them, give them the Okada. They don't know anywhere, and they just tell them, don't worry, the passenger you carry will tell you where they are going. You can see now, you don't identify these people. You don't know them. So who are they? If they commit crime, they just go. See, once one thing happens, see how they gather around.
They don't have a regular address.
Some of them carry weapons. Be surprised, they carry weapons, they bring out knife and threaten you. I've seen it. So these are problems. So they are everywhere. Maybe they are just waiting for who will give them the final command to do all these things. The local government the local governments don't know. They don't have the profile of this Okada driver. They are riding Marua too.
Okay. The truth of this matter is that Buhari 8 years never fought insecurity in this nation. Let's not shy away from the truth. What Nigeria is going through now, this insecurity, Buhari administration made it to fester, and that's what we are going through now.
Now let's move on to what is coming up next, which is elections. We are hearing that former Deputy President of the Senate, Senator Ovie Omagige, has officially resigned from the APC days after losing the Delta Central APC Senate primary. Omagige announced his resignation letter on May 22, addressed to the APC chairman of Orogun Ward in Ugeli North local government area of Delta State. Now, the primaries that were conducted by the APC and the ADC, we're seeing Atiku clearing 22 states, and they're calling out Peterobi by saying that how did he think he was going to win Atiku, and why did he run? Why didn't he test his strength? But I recall Peterobi saying that it's a turn of the South, meaning that it should be the southern candidates in the ADC that should run against themselves. It was obvious that if it comes to having Atiku in the picture, he would definitely win the primaries. The other thing is to also see how numbers were reeling out from states where there were no elections, primaries were not conducted, or persons being counted more than 4 times. There are also indications that the outlook of this primary is how the elections will take place in 2027. See what happened with the APC, see the supposed number of registered members within the APC, more than 12,000, and the strategic states where results came out. So states that the presidents lost in 2023, massive support and votes supposedly came from those states. And there are talks that this is strategic. This is strategic mapping of the outcome of the 2027 elections. You know, do you think that's it? That's what it's going to be?
Esther, let me take your questions, step by step.
Okay.
I'll start from December 31st, 2025. I was in this studio. I was here with my friend here, Kudayo. When the day Obi went to join the coalition, I criticized it here. But all the callers took me as an enemy. I said, Obi is the only fowl in the midst of hawks.
And do you think that affected him?
Is it affecting him?
Do you think that affected him? Because there were some Obedients who did not trust him for joining the ADC, and some of them stayed back.
Yeah, but some people were like, why won't he stay in Labour Party and see that the problem of Labour Party
or felt that he should have joined a different party?
Because I was looking at Obi. In 2019, you were running mate to Atiku Abubakar. You guys did not win the presidency. In 2023, when Atiku Abubakar got the ticket and you see that you can't stay, you went to Labour Party. And look at what you garnered, 6.something million votes. What has suddenly changed in Atiku Abubakar's interest in becoming the president of Nigeria that took Obi back in 2025 to go and join him again? I saw that as an error. But some people were like, oh, why are you talking in that manner? I said, okay, we'll see this. I kept telling you, let us get to May. Esther, remember I said, when we get to May, we are going to see this analysis I did in December, what is going to turn out for. And that's where we are today. Thank God Ekudayo is sitting in this studio today. Ekudayo kept saying, there must have been an agreement. It's not a baby for him to go and join. Politicians don't have agreement. Politicians have only one language. If it is not me, because I have the greed, every other person must not get there. That's the syndrome of this crab. The crab, if I can't get to the top, we pull the other ones down. That's number one. Number two, I kept telling you, Esther, that there was going to be crisis in APC after the primaries, because the newfound brides that came to join them, the campaign, are now coming to destabilize the system. Because there were not this system. There are people who were carrying the toga of that political party even when they were in opposition in their respective states. That's what you are just saying. Even this Omo Agege you just made mention of, I keep telling you about data. I say go and watch data. Dafinoni, Senator Dafinoni
Kwankwaso is crying. He said that he was told that they were going to come back. That these new people came and altered everything.
Ned could not work with Oboriwori. Ned now left Oboriwori immediately and went to APC. Before Oboriwori and Okowa now came and hijacked the structure of APC away from them. That is the same thing at Omo Agege. Omo Agege was, remember he was vice Senate president in this nation, and when he now came, he contested with Oborowori, Oborowori was in PDP while he was in APC. He bought the token of APC even when Delta was in opposition. Suddenly, we saw Oborowori had got to join. Then the aviation minister Festus Keyami was just trying to make defense and say, oh, we are brothers, we have one structure here. You see the video, it's still there with the day they went to visit him, and I was just laughing. These are politicians. If I can't be there, nobody should be there. I already knew that this was going to happen. I kept telling you about Delta State, and look at what is playing out. He's moving his structure somewhere. This is even the time now the opposition ought to have even aligned themselves, harvest all these, these ones that are feeling disgruntled in their former political party. This is our time. Let us quickly begin to harvest them, so that we can use their popularity and their follower to show up. Then you are talking about APC and the primaries that we just got. It didn't just start today. Remember, we analyzed in this studio when they started moving around, collecting PVC, giving people form, and asking them to put a voter's card identity number.
Yes. In
that form. We analyzed this here. They have all that. So when they tell you that the president got 10.9,
just call it 11 million.
11 million votes for primaries. It is not the primaries that you saw. They counted geometrically, not arithmetically. From 1 you can get to 1,000, then 15,000 and all of that. That was what we saw. So those numbers, those people, they harvested their PVCs with that form. That form is with them. That's why they will tell you that they have 10 million members. It is not the members of we are seeing that digitally registered. It is those form that they gave to people, gave them money, collected their name number and their voter identity number. In their PVC. Those are in Secretariat of APC. So go and watch the digital rigging that is going to take place in 2027 election. We are just starting.
And have you forgotten one thing? Look at that.
So all the opposition, they are waiting. They are playing.
Opposition have not started though. If the opposition continue in this manner, the president even said it last time. He said, I knew how my primaries was tough in 2023. I survived it. Even the election. At that time, the president was in the fringes. He was not in Aso Rock.
Not talk of now.
Now, the president is sitting in Aso Rock. He told them that time. He said, they want to privatize another person's political party. The president, he said, he said, I am tough. Is it not the language he's used? He said he's tough.
I'm a tough politician.
He's a tough politician. So the president is already talking authoritatively because INEC is in their hands, all the armed forces in their hands, DSS, everybody is in the president's hand, and he gives the command. As at the time of 2023, it was still another person that was giving all that command, and he was able to come in. Forget about it. We are going to see what they call digital rigging in this 2027 general election.
Now, wow. All right. ADC replicated the same thing. We're hearing numbers coming up, even in their own case, states that we didn't see people queuing. Results called out of those areas. Atiku quickly, Hayatuddin said he was not going to accept the outcome of the primaries. The same thing too with Rotimi Amechi. So far, Atiku is leading. He won the ADC primary, and some people have said this is wrong. An APC chieftain, Aye Kuto Akindele, alleged that the ADC was being used by former Vice President Atiku as a political platform to truncate Southern presidency. Akindele made the claim while reacting to comments credited to the Obedient Movement, which reportedly described Peterobi as wise for leaving the ADC for the NDC. So in the post, the APC chieftain disagreed with the position, insisting that Obi should have known from the beginning that the ADC was allegedly designed to advance Atiku's political ambition. According to Akindele, Obi's decision to first join the ADC before leaving for another platform did not show political wisdom. He argued that the former Anambra State governor would have been wiser if he had avoided the ADC from the outset.
Yes.
He also claimed that the ADC arrangement was part of a broader effort to return power to the north after the administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari and now President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The chieftain further alleged that Atiku had earlier attempted to use the PDP to achieve the same objective but failed. Now this comment 2023. So his comment is coming amid continuing political realignment ahead of the 2027 general election, with opposition figures and political groups exploring new alliances. Now the ADC has started campaigning against the NDC, which is queer to me. So we saw in the north where they were burning banners. I mean, we saw the video of Peterobi and Kwankwaso. They were saying, Bamayi, we don't want that. Kwankwaso betrayed the north. In other words, they began to use the religious institutions to preach this narrative. So how will the NDC, that is a new party, because now they're trying to establish structures across all the zones. It's almost like Labour Party 2.0. They now have to start establishing structures. How would this new party establish these structures? And do you think Kwankwaso is enough to convince other regions in the north that this is good, this is a good ticket, don't mind whatever anybody preaches? Because the way the ADC is moving is like, if we won't get there, the NDC won't get there, let Tinubu continue.
No, it will have been, it will have a little bit be easier for NDC now. Now that there are now pockets of trouble in the ruling party because of this kind of manipulated primaries. This is where the opposition have to be strategically aligned themselves now and begin to quickly harvest these relegated members of all these political the ruling party that feel aggrieved as a result of these primaries. If the political parties, I mean especially the opposition, can put their house in order now, they'll be able to harvest all these aggrieved members, and this will not be able to help them in most of the states. Remember, if for instance in Delta, if Omo Agege is moving out, he has his structure.
Yes, he does.
You understand? That is how it will be in most of the aggrieved politicians in the ruling party that feel betrayed as a result of these primaries. Those structures will help them to get all agents in their in polling booths. Part of the problem Labour Party had in 2023 was there were some polling booths that were not manned.
Yes.
Now,
and then persons that were paid money worked against them.
They worked against them. Esther, if you are a political bigwig, for instance from Borno State, and you feel aggrieved with this primaries that was conducted by APC, and you are moving, you will move with your follower, because there is this follower. Politicians will always say leader. They will say this is my leader. All your follower cannot be used as part of the agents in the respective polling unit in your state. The opposition party should be able to figure out those big wigs that are feeling aggrieved in all the states and work with them. Politics is all about scratch my back,
I scratch your back.
Yes, if we get there, this is how we are good, the sharing formula.
All right, but
ministerial positions are there, ambassadorial positions are there, board of directors are there.
But do you think with what we're currently seeing, and Atiku being in the picture, because right now Atiku is a contender with the outcome of the ADC primaries, whatever the outcome is, and now he's looking for a southern VP, and we're hearing that the southern VP he may choose will be from the south. We don't know if it is Rotimi Amici, if he's going to act, because Rotimi Amici said he's not going to take up any VP role, and we don't know if Rotimi Amici will decide to remain in the ADC, because he wrote a lengthy whatever and said we cannot be what we criticize. We criticize the APC, and you're doing exactly that. So we don't know if he's going to remain with them or if he's just going to decide to just stay and not pull any weight. Hayatuddin as well is also disappointed. So we're hearing some Atiku advisors advise him to either go to the south or the southwest. And some persons are saying still go to the southeast. And there are permutations that areas where some of these persons had a good number of support may not be the same thing. So what should the NDC as a political party do, because you're contending with the ruling APC and the ADC?
They should move fast now. like I said, harvest. Somebody like Haya today is from Borno State. Why don't Kwankwaso begin to talk to his brother at this time now? Somebody like even Omo Agege now from Delta State. Why will Obi not move now? Do you understand? Let them begin to think of how to harvest all this one. First of all, the monster, the masquerade in the room is too big. That's APC. Let's look for how to chase out this masquerade. Then we'll now begin to settle ourselves. If they don't move in this manner, Atiku's popularity is not as high as 2023.
Are you sure?
Yes, it's not. It's not as high. You know, if Kwankwaso has agreed to align with Obi in 2023, you know that election would have taken a different trajectory. Absolutely. So Kwankwaso coming down from that his high horse of 2023 now and saying, confessing that I will align as VP with Obi.
Although the interest is obvious, he wants to run in 2031.
Let's not even look at the interest now. Let's salvage this situation we have on ground and start. If we don't finish this, we should not be talking of 2023, 2031. Let's finish this. This coming down from his high horse and that arrogant nature of last time of 2023, he has shown it now. It's a big plus to the NDC and their tickets, Obi and Kwankwaso. Then every other agreed politicians in the north, let them begin to pencil them down now and begin to move. Then those ones that are aggrieved in the south, let them, like we have mentioned now, there is no who is that big politician in the south now that Atiku want to pick as running mate.
But funny, the results that were reeled out from the south was kind of overwhelming.
That's no result. It is the manipulation of APC. The only difference is just the D and the C and the P alphabet. It's the manipulation of APC that ADC took over. Wow. I'm so disappointed with ADC that are saying they are the credible opposition that Nigerians will follow. Look at their primaries. There's no primaries. I've not started hearing the Panthers. Now that's to tell you that when they had that banner to INEC office about 4 or 5 weeks ago, when they said let democracy breathe, I told you, Esther,
they were not being sincere.
I said everybody that heard that banner, they are even the problem of democracy in Nigeria. The message belongs to Nigerians, but the messengers that heard that banner, they are not sincere to themselves. I said until we get to primaries, before you begin to know whether this message that they took to INEC office, whether it actually belonged to INEC or it belonged to them. Let democracy breathe belong to these people that heard that banner. Atiku was among those people that heard that banner that day. Do you understand? David Mark was there. Aregbesola was there. Amechi was there. Look at what is going on now in that same ADC that they came and wanted to paint it like APC painted their image in 2014, 2015 and told Nigeria change has come. The change is what Nigeria is seeing now. The from change, the next went to next level.
Okay.
In 2019 they told us next level. Next level now we don't even know where we are now. We are now in a, what do we call it now? The new hope, I've been the new hopelessness. Only God will save us. So the opposition should quickly garner themselves now and begin to harvest this reneged and disgruntled politicians that are not feeling satisfied with the primaries conducted by APC and every other political party, not just APC. I know they should also move into ADC now, because some of the politicians in ADC are now feeling also betrayed. This is not what we want. Forget about it. Begin to harvest them. If there is 1 or 2 stable political party in opposition in Nigeria today, we'll be able to see how we can push APC out of power.
Well, we're hearing that APC crisis is brewing because Tinubu's daughter rejected the Justice Forum mandate movement. The crisis rocking the All Progressives Congress deepened as the Iyaloja General of Nigeria, Mrs. Folashade Tinubu Ojo, on Wednesday called for the disbandment of the influential Justice Forum and mandate movement groups over alleged manipulation of the party's primaries.
That is in Lagos.
In Lagos.
Those groups are in Lagos. We already know what is happening. It was only once that Hamzat's name was mentioned and it began to blow. Where are the others? It blew across the length and breadth that Hamzat, everybody now started endorsing him.
But it's Tinubu's daughter. Why is she complaining?
Well, maybe Hamzat was not the person that she had in mind to have taken over from Sanwo-Olu. Yeah, that it could be. It
is well. So another thing to also consider is this. There are talks that Seriake Dixon is using Peterobi, and that possibly there's a possibility that he's been caged. Do you think that's true?
Who is caged?
Peterobi has been caged, possibly deliberately sent to the ADC or moved out of the ADC to join the NDC.
If he had
Sireka Dixon is determining everything. Like,
if he had remained in ADC, could he have done better than Amechi that is crying now?
No. And
Obi doesn't
would
have
have
the money
dissolved.
Amechi has now. So nobody should just be talking about Obi with ADC.
Okay.
ADC was already determined. You see, when they were moving around, Obi moved around, with some of his supporters. And look at the testimony that I forgot the man in the House of Rep, his name, now that said, Atiku already told them that ADC was formed in his house. And as a result, nobody should be looking at the ticket of ADC. So Obi was only would think into ADC. They wanted to use Obi like the face of ADC. When they didn't get, when Obi now moved, you see how all of them now started attacking Obi. They feel disappointed because they wanted Obi to be the face of ADC. If Obi can be in this party, that means Nigerians will accept the party like, it's a credible party. But since Obi left, everybody in ADC, they don't. Do you remember when Oshomole said it's even Atiku that is helping them to campaign? Everybody now began to attack Obi. So anybody that is saying Obi left ADC and is now being caged, Seraski DC, forget about it. They are just political manipulation. Those things are bound to come up at this time.
Okay. All right. Mr. Lawal, do you have anything to say? We need to open the phone lines.
No.
Okay. Let's take your reactions, ladies and gentlemen. The number to call is 08036929933. 08036929933. And the WhatsApp number is 0817175638. 0817175638. That is the WhatsApp number for you to be part of the conversation at this evening. So we're going to try as much as possible. Please have your thoughts. Keep it short and simple so we can take many other calls as well. Okay? Thank you very much. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Esther, good evening.
Hello?
Esther, good evening. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Esther, can you hear me? Good evening.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Esther, I can hear you. Good evening, Esther. Good evening to your guest.
I can hear you. 08036929933. That's the number to call, and the WhatsApp number is 0817175638. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Esther.
Okay.
Oh, guy, good evening, sir.
Hello?
Hello, I can hear you, Esther.
Please hold on. We can't hear you at all.
But I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. What's your name?
Okay, this is Chooks from Oshodi.
What? Who?
Chooks from Oshodi.
All right, Chooks. Thank you so much for coming around. Please go ahead.
I've been calling this number. In fact, it was just a very big tax.
All right, Chooks. Please go ahead.
Okay, so quick one. I want to give a very simple advice to INEC chairman. This election will be highly contested. Okay, for example, somebody like me for the past 15 years have not voted.
Wow.
So, but I have picked my PVC. I've encouraged about 4 of my family members to pick their own. They have their own. I've encouraged people around me to pick their own. At least 3 people I know that will be saying that the election will be boycotting the election. In fact, so now we've taken our PVCs, and I know very well that at least 5 million people, 5 million voters will be added to this election. People, at least this election will gain more, at least 5 million people. I'm telling you every ounce of conviction.
Okay. Are you not mobilizing? Because you need to mobilize. Go to INEC office or invite INEC to actually register people for.
Don't worry now. Take my word to the bank.
Okay.
Personally, I'm mobilizing at least 200 people that will within my local space. So please, I want to advise Professor Mokuto. This election, let him just conduct it free and fair. Because I remember somebody once said that President Tinubu will be the last president of Nigeria. So I wouldn't want Mokuto to make that thing to come to fruition, to come to pass. We will not make it to come to pass when he begins to manipulate election.
I beg you, it will not be like that in Jesus' name.
Go that route. You shouldn't even think about it because people are angry. Seriously. So please, that's just my little advice to him this night.
All
please,
right.
If anybody can reach out to him. Yes, ma'am. All right.
All right.
Good night.
Thank you very much. Good night. Okay. Hello. Good evening. How are you?
Yeah, I'm back from Elasa, Esther.
Sir? Mba from Ilasa?
Yeah. Back from Elasa. Yeah.
All right, sir. Good evening.
Yeah. Esther,
sir?
My topic is this. Please, this program normally ends by 9.
9:30.
Right? Okay, please. Our own opinion matters a lot also.
Okay.
This is Mba from Elasa.
All right.
Esther, I want to start by Gowon.
Okay.
Writing a book. Mr. Mba is from the southeast. Any writer or any book they like, let them write. We have known the loot, what caused the civil war. Aburi, discussion in Aburi in Ghana is what caused the civil war. Let every region go. Bring what you have to the federal. And they agreed. And when they came back, there was like injecting them that the Easterners had gone. And then went back, gathered their force to come to massacre our brothers, our sisters, our mothers, our fathers. And let me remind them who concur with Britain to massacre we that come from the east. Karma will always follow them. Look at what is happening in Gowon state, in Gowon village.
Okay, so I thought you were trying to call to contribute
okay,
tell us what happened.
Please, let me land up.
Okay,
as far as Mr. Mba is concerned, if every Igbo man forgive Gowon and those who kill my brothers, my fathers, Mr. Mba can never forgive them. Karma will follow them. They will reap what they sow.
Are you not a child of God?
God?
Are you not a child
This is
of God?
I'm a human being. I'm not Jesus. I'm telling you. In as much them concur, kill my fathers, kill my mothers and my brothers.
Mr. Mba,
Karma will follow them.
Thank you for calling. I think this resentment is still on, and
that's
we
why
need
I said
to
the
heal.
The healing.
You know, it has kept us. It has really kept us behind.
Yes.
Mr. Mba, I know it happened a very long time.
It's not about long time, Esther. It's about the sincerity in the healing.
I know, but it has really kept some of us behind. It has made us become paranoid about ourselves. So we already know the truth. Anybody who tries to come and distort history, that's the person's business.
I didn't even know why Gowon has to come
exactly.
up with
So
this kind of
we will educate ourselves on that. Don't worry, on Friday we'll do that. But it's not with the intention to keep on with the resentment. We need to heal. We need to move forward, and we need to prove, to certain people, we need to prove to them that we don't need them to survive. I think that's something we need to prove, and I think it has been happening. So whatever obstacle come our way, together we will survive. You understand? We will survive. We'll outsmart them. That's basically how we need to see this. So the idea is for healing. We need to do away with the resentment. It's very important. Hello, good evening. Hello. All right, 08036929933. Hello, good evening.
Hello, Chama. Good evening.
My name is Esther Wachuku. Good evening. What's your name?
Sorry, Esther Wachuku. This is John Legend.
All right, John Legend. Welcome. Please go ahead.
You people should give us our own time. You people have used our own time to analyze. You people should give us our own quality time, please. Esther Wachuku. Let me tell you something. You see, the problem of Nigeria is the Igbos. But when we try to analyze it, people will tell us that we should forget about the sentiment and forget about everything. And they are killing the Igbos day and night. Listen to me.
You said
the problem we are having
is Igbos.
Let me tell you now. Let me say my own. You have said your own. Let me say my own.
John Legend, nobody is fighting with you now. Can you calm down?
We are not fighting, but somebody is dying. We are not fighting, but somebody is dying.
No, don't shout at me, Mr. John Legend.
I am not shouting at you.
You're shouting. Take your time and pass across your words. Don't believe it. Don't inject the kind of emotion you're injecting now. Am I Nigerian government? Am I Gowon? Calm down and pass across your thoughts, please. Be mature. Please go ahead.
Okay, let me not be matured for now, but let me manage to be matured.
Don't shout at me. Don't shout at me, but go ahead and speak.
But you are shutting me up, oh.
I'm not shutting you up. I said don't shout at me. Be civil in passing across your expressions. My name is Choma. I'm correcting you again.
Sorry, Esther. Esther, my message goes to the president that always and the people that always apologize when there is insurgency, when people are killed, and they will come again and start apologizing and telling us they have sent military over there. That is arrant nonsense. That is arrant nonsense. How many people have been killed? How many military have been sent? At the end of the day, have you seen any one person arrested?
Joe Legend, I think you got a call and you have caught yourself up, so don't think I was the one who caught you off. I'm sure you know that. 08036929933. Please, when you call, speak with decorum. Don't shout at anybody. I am not Tinubu. I am not Gowon. I was not alive during the Civil War.
But you are the one speaking it.
I'm not alive. My job here is for all of us to educate ourselves, so please carry sense. Hello, good evening. Hello,
good evening.
Yes, good evening. How are you?
I'm fine. Are you?
I'm fine. Can you speak up? Your voice is low.
Man, I'm having headache.
Please
Okay,
speak
can you
up
hear
so
me
I
now?
can hear you. Yes, thank you. Your name is what, ma?
Is Vivian Love?
Oh, Vivian Love. Why is your voice tiny? Speak up. Let me hear your voice. Where Jare? Speak.
My dear, the story or whatever, the thing here is weighing us down.
No vex.
More especially those children in that forest.
Yeah.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, Mr. Lawan and Mr. Dayavi.
Yes.
Okay,
Thank you.
Mr. Elvis and Mr. Lawan. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma. You're welcome.
Thank you. See, what I want to ask, those terrorists, please, are they celebrating this thing that they're celebrating now? Are they celebrating their Christmas too?
Yes, they are celebrating.
Okay, they will celebrate with those children.
That's
Those people, they have mind. Seriously,
They don't have mind. Those are demons. They're not human beings.
They have evil mind. They have evil mind. I'm just wondering what they will be doing to those children. As in today, there is Children's Day. Would they torture them, or would they give them food? What would they do to those children today, being Children's Day? If you watch, everywhere is calm. Nothing like Children's Day itself. As in, even the masters or whatever, even if the ones that went out maybe for asthma, they are just like as if nothing happened today. And the president is busy celebrating Salah on top of children's head. Can you imagine? Well, even me, my own, they went to church. Even I couldn't even. And when I waited for them, I think that after 7, I had to go and look for them. The focus of those ones in push. How would their parents feel?
It's crazy.
Thank
you, Vivian Love, for coming.
My beloved sister, God bless you.
Thank you very much, ma. God bless you, ma.
Mr. Lawan and Mr. Elvis, God bless you both.
Thank you, Jerry.
All right, ma.
Thank you.
Good night.
God bless you too.
Right. Hello, good evening.
Esther Wachiku, good evening.
Is this John Legend?
No, this is Mr. Mba.
Mr. Mba, what happened again? Allow other people to talk.
Wait, please. This Nigeria government during the war paid my father £2. No vanquish, no victory. And today, you can never name when Igbo man have become control custom of general. You can never name Igbo man who have become IG of police. You can never name Igbo man who have become a president. Igbo people have now not even any way. Igbo people have never seen any president of government. Anything that represents government, I will tell that we should heal. As far as we live, karma will always follow these people who massacre us, or then gave us Biafra.
Mr. Elvis, you wanted to say something? Say it, please.
That's what we are trying to address in the studio here. That's what we are saying, that the healing has not been sincere. That's why everybody that were not even born before the war are feeling aggrieved. So please, let's try and tag along and see whether we can get it right. Everybody is talking about.
See, you go to that constitution, that confab. Let's see what is in that confab. That Jonathan confab now.
Yeah. Yes. Hello. Hello. I don't know why when I pick up the call on the normal line, I can't hear them. Hello. 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 Speak up now. Okay, maybe people will call on WhatsApp. I don't know what's going on with the normal line. Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Hello, good evening. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
What's your name?
Chris.
Chris calling from where?
From First
Alright, Chris. First time caller?
Yes.
Alright, welcome, Chris.
Yeah.
Please go ahead, sir.
Well, I just have 3 things to say about all this stuff.
Sir?
I just have 3 things to say about all this stuff. The first one is I want to first of all congratulate Nigeria for the gala and the children's day. Yes.
Sir, your voice is very low.
Okay, I said I want to first of all congratulate Nigerians for the gala and the children's day.
Okay.
Yes, it went successful. And secondly, I also want to congratulate Mr. President for the primary.
Okay.
And came out.
Sir, are you driving? There's breeze. I bet now you breathe on the earpiece.
You said?
Okay, continue.
Okay, so I want to also greet him for that. And again, what I have to say is that I think we Nigerians are forgetting the ability of a second tenor. I see the possibility of him coming back for a second.
Okay. Hello?
Because
okay.
Yes, I said I see the possibility of him coming back for a second tenor.
Okay.
Yes. And thirdly, I also want to say something about the Biafra stuff. I think people that are talking about the Biafra stuff are just people that are not well informed about it. And they need to go and get more information about it before they say something about it. Thank you.
All right, thank you for calling. 08036929933. Hello, good evening.
Hi, yes, sir.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Fine. It's a pleasure to hear from you today.
Yes, and you too. Mr. Lawal and Mr. Elvis. This is Remy.
Good evening, sir.
Makoka.
Thank
Remy,
you.
welcome.
Oh,
yes, I think I'm tired of hearing this advice we give to oppositions. They've been able to get to the ballot now. Obi is now on the ballot. Atiku or Amechi, one of them will get to the ballot. Same as Showore is already there.
Atiku is on the ballot. He won the ADC primaries.
Yes, they'll be on the ballot, isn't it? That's what I mean. SDP man Adebayo too will be on the ballot. So we have myriads of people available. So they've done their part. By all means, APC never wanted Obi to be. Obi now is representing NDC. So there is no excuse that we are between the devil and the red blue sea. Now we have myriads of options. So let us leave this advice of telling them to come together. What are we going to do? This is now our own. This is the time we should start planning. Should I say, regrouping ourselves. I'm tired of listening to the. What are we going to do as the people? Obi is there as option. Atiku will be there as option. What's his name? The other guy will be there as option. So what are we going to do? What are we going to do?
Who said the opposition should come together? I don't think any one of them said that here.
You said what?
I don't think any one of them advised.
Mr. Abis was saying that
they should use this opportunity to harvest.
He was advising the NDC.
Yes, to harvest
those that missed the
aggrieved with the primaries. The opposition should use this opportunity to harvest them. That's what I'm saying.
We all had one vote. We all have one vote each. What are we the electorate should do? What are we going to do?
All right, thank you very much.
Our vote is what counts. What should we be doing now? I'm tired of listening to opposition. They've done what they have to do.
Okay.
What should we do? Poverty knows no tribe.
Very true. Thank you so much, Remy. Thank you for calling. Hello, good evening.
Esther, good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you? What's your name?
Esther, I'm talking of Rowan's book.
Sir, what is your name?
My name is Tony, calling from Okota.
All right, Mr. Tony, welcome, sir. Is this your first time?
The book Mr. Gowan wrote.
Okay.
I call him Mr. It's not a general of anything. It's a murderer. My senior brother, biological senior brother, the same mother, the same father with me, died during the war at Abag and sector. After sitting for school site in 1965, he joined the Biafran War. So I know everything that happened. That the one is a murderer, and the blood of my brother will continue to fight against him and the Plateau people. And I lost my uncle. His name is Ebel. He died in Port Harcourt. And I lost my uncle again. That one, his name is Ahmedfla. He died in Ikotekweni. So my brother's blood will continue to fight.
Okay, please, I beg you, let's not do this, all right? I beg you, let's not call in to curse or whatever. But all of you that know accounts of what happened, you can call in to say, oh no, I dispute what was written in that memoir. This is what happened. This is what happened. The idea is to educate ourselves, because when this documentary comes out, or when this Gowan's book is officially put out there, you know the truth. So where there are gaps, you correct it, because these are the things that will remain. Once BBC releases this thing in June and it's not in consonance with what truly happened, especially those that had experiences, if there is a gap, this is what will remain as history. And some persons will use this as a political tool. It's always like that. So the idea is to educate ourselves, not to bring back old wounds. And that's why I asked, why did Gowan decide to do this now? And why did the BBC decide to do this now?
It's a normal thing. See, it's a normal thing. See, there's nothing wrong about it. Anybody can write book about, even about Hitler.
We're not saying that nobody can write books, but we're saying, okay. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good
How
evening,
are you?
Esther.
Sir?
Good evening, Mr. Kundayo and your guest.
Good evening,
My name is
sir.
Mark Modest.
Mark Modest, welcome.
Okay, I just want to chip in one question and one thing I want to ask. Now that whether they are using Atiku, whether Atiku is contesting really or originally, now that he's bridging the gentleman agreement on the according to Nigerian whatever they said, if 2031, if whether with me I know say Tinubu no go there, whether Tinubu succeed or no succeed, if Obi or whoever succeed, 2031, I hope Atiku will not come back and say it's the town of the north, because that time a lot of people from whether not from Bini or from Para, anywhere where it be, whether not from Calabar village, they will come back and contest. Because Atiku don't want to respect the gentleman agreement. My question: after breaching the gentleman agreement, come 2031, I hope he will not say it's the town of the north. That's my question.
He said he's not going to campaign or come out again.
He's not going to. Not about him. I'm not talking about him alone. I'm talking about other person that say because of their northerner brother or northerner dad.
Now they breached that agreement.
Yes. That's what my question.
He benefited from this gentleman.
Yes. All right. Okay. Hello. Good evening.
Hello, Esther. Good evening.
Good evening. Is this UC?
Yes, this is UC Akoro, Esther.
I'm going to preach on.
Yeah, Esther, see, you cannot be preaching unity while you are expressing disintegration and marginalization. After the war, you projected marginalization and trapping down on the people. How do you move on from there? Can two agree? Can two live together except they agree? That is the truth. They fought war in Spain. After the war, Catalan and Socaria they were carried along, and there were peace. What about Russia-Chechnya war? After the Chechnya war, they united. They are fighting together with Ukraine. They are fighting together against Ukraine and the West. In there, they are dying. Those guys are Muslim. Nobody is discriminating anybody. Our problem here is immaturity and uncivilization. We are very, very primitive people. Let me go to the politics. Esther, look, I think the North, they are playing a serious primitive politics. This is not how to play politics. As soon as Obi left ADC, Atiku picked the ticket now. If you watch, when Obi left, what they try to do is to project ethnicity and religion. Because that's what they've done over there, to sway the people to always vote for a candidate that is from the North. If you are not part of their religion, the ethnic group there, they don't care about you. What about if every region does the same thing? Are we still going to have in Nigeria? If the region 9 just decide to vote for a candidate from their auto politics, is Nigeria going to be a country continuously? Why are they behaving like this? Why are they not? This movement you saw today, they are all sponsored. Kwankwaso and Co. Tampawa and Co. They are the ones doing all these things. That is, they see it as a forbidden thing for a Kwankwaso level to crouch or to coach other in Northern. That's what they see there. And by the grace of God, I believe if we have a very free election and a fair election, not the one that is free but is not fair, I believe by the grace of God, things will pan out well. That's the truth. Whether they like it or not, these outrageous rhetoric they are using will not stand. I know she don't give us a free election and a fair election, not the one that is free and is not fair. You will see it will not be the same again. Kwankwaso said the only mistake he made last time that his daughter told him that he could have queued behind Obi. Let me support Obi. Now, if they have done that 2023, it would have been a different thing altogether. All these things you are seeing, a group said, a third said, all those things are just rhetorics. They are using that thing to destroy the image of Peterobi. Obi has been image over time. The movement of Obi, obedient movement, is working. You know, see, Obi is love everywhere. A man that won Lagos State, one Port Harcourt, one Abuja, to attend that man to go behind somebody like Atiku. It is wrong. It's wrong. It's like nobody has won Lagos State from Tinubu. So if we put the same force and the same support together as well, Obi will still win again. So let them not continue to play their sentiment of religion and tribe about their history. They will not stand. So I wish you the best and have a great day.
All right, you say thank you so much for calling, okay? Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
How are you, sir? Welcome. What's your name?
Fine, are you? What is it?
Mr. Wambeze, what happened? Who decided to call you now? Who decided to call you now? What's up? Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Esther.
How are you, sir?
I'm good. Are you?
I'm fine, sir. Welcome.
Mr. Kundayo and Mr. Evans, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
How are you people?
Fine. Give glory to God.
Okay, sir. Please, I have a question to ask.
What's your name?
Why is it now Ojukwu died? He started writing this book.
Sir, what's your name?
My second question, I want to ask INEC chairman, let him conduct free and fair election in Nigeria.
Okay.
Nigeria 2023 is not Nigeria 2027.
Okay, sir, but what's your name?
And go on that massacre my people.
Sir, what is your name? Oh, you didn't tell us your name.
So, I cannot forgive a murderer.
08036929933. Hello, sir. Good evening. You called back.
Good evening.
Yeah, who decided to call you when you have already come through?
I don't know.
Alright, go ahead, sir.
My greetings to the guests in the house.
Alright.
I want to confirm from what Mr. Evans said earlier concerning Mr. making the move to ADC.
Okay.
The human being he would have known everything. Who knows what they have promised him or the discussion they had before him getting into the party. But when he came in, he realized that there was a trap to cage him to a corner, which he wisely escaped from.
Someone busy. Now, wow. This call that keeps on cutting. Hello, good evening. Turn down the volume of your radio. Hello? Turn down the volume of your radio.
Esther, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome. How are you?
Esther, I'm not fine.
Why? What happened?
I am a father. I couldn't have imagined my children being kept in the condition those children are being kept today.
Is this Akodiba?
So why would I be fine?
Hello?
Why hello?
You didn't tell us your name. Are you Akodiba?
No, I am Mr. Paul from Egbeda.
Alright, Mr. Paul from Egbeda. Alright, go ahead.
So I am not fine. And I can't be fine. Because every day and night I think about these children. Sometimes when I travel for my work and I receive a call that my kids are sick, I become very, very uncomfortable. How much more? How will it be? The pain of a little child being kept in a place that is not conducive, the mother being flogged, a teacher being beheaded, and the nation kept quiet, and everybody is moving as if nothing happened. How will I be emotionally fine, Esther? Let me say something. Please, are you with me?
Yes, I am listening to you.
Yeah. See, my father lost 2 properties in Port Harcourt because of that war. And that was what led to his early demise. I lost 4 senior brothers as a result of that war, and I lost 3 senior sisters.
Oh wow. Okay. Good evening, Esther, on your special guest in the studio. How are you doing tonight? I am your regular listener and caller. Today happens to be my friend's birthday. Please kindly wish her well. Her name is Solomon Ella. I am Austin from Ejigbo, Lagos. All right. Solomon Ella, happy birthday to you. This is from Austin from Ejigbo, wishing you happy birthday, long life, and prosperity. Okay, I'm taking messages now. I'll pause on for the calls. Good evening, VOPM. Ifeanyi from Mafuluku. That voice, I heard that voice, but it doesn't sound like the president's voice. But what the voice said is what is happening now. So with that, people will believe he said so. That is for the people that haven't heard the voice note before. Mr. Elvis, have you heard the voice note?
No, I've not.
Okay. All right. The voice note, I'm not going to play it because it's not verified.
No. We will not join them.
Exactly, sir. But some of you who have seen it on social media, I think you understand what he's referring to. Good evening, Esther. It would be wrong for the British that aided the war against a people to be the one to write the story about Biafra. Like you know, they will distort history because the Nigerian state and British never liked the Igbos. Mark my word. Thank God before now, there are a lot of history books out there. And of course, I read some in secondary school. How can the people that hate you speak good about you? I laugh loud. I am Ose Noel from Ayobo. Okay. Good evening, Esther, Mr. Lawal, Mr. Eli Mehele. Since Peterobi came into political limelight and started making waves, every election period, Gowon must talk about the Biafra war. He did it last election, and to add salt upon the injury, it was even Yoruba boys working with the BBC that worked on the Biafran story, and it was captioned "Surviving Biafran War," as if Biafrans were the aggressors from Chief Udo. So Chief Udo, yes, they happen to be from the southwest, but from what we heard about the documentary, they are taking stories from witnesses' accounts from both the Nigerian side and the Biafran side. So it's not just coming from the Nigerian government, okay? Witnesses, people who were part of it, whether they were in the military or not, witness accounts from both the front and those who witnesses and participants in the process. That's what we're told.
Please give me 30 seconds. See, I don't know why people talk like this. When you talk sentimentally and attack another tribe. It is the Yoruba boys. See, you create problem. If you have your own side of the story, you have an account. A first-hand information, say it so that they can record. That's why they are that is a documentary. They don't understand. Documentary means you are gathering documents. What do you have?
Witness accounts.
Yes, that's why they call it primary information. Primary information is account of people who witness it. If you have information, send it and stop all this nonsense. British.
If you recall, when I talked about this, I said, when we see this documentary and from the books that we have read, we will now know if there are gaps or if there are sentiments attached to the reason why the documentary is, being.
Oh, you write your own
now. And then this is an advice for our Southeastern brothers. Please get involved in the media. That's the truth. Start getting involved in media. Tell your story. Tell your story, That's the truth, though. Every time you guys complain, tell your story.
You not say anything. You be complaining. You be condemning.
Do your own documentary. Tell us. I don't know.
I even expected Ojukwu to write a book before he died. Even Obasanjo is involved. Obasanjo is involved. You write your own, everybody, and then you make.
The Southeast should really learn how to utilize the media.
No.
That's the truth.
The only thing when they come about, most of the time when they come about is to attack another tribe.
Good evening, Esther Wachuku and your guests. The reason for the state creation in the southeastern region was for future control, and it was an agreement between the top Nigerian military ranks. Remember, Buhari made a statement that the southeast is a dot in a circle, and we all just overlooked it as a statement. That statement is a military intelligence statement. I will always hold Buhari culpable for all the insecurity ravishing Nigeria today because he enhanced it.
That's true.
All right. This person says, "Good evening, Esther, Mr. Elvis, and Mr. Lawal. Happy holiday. I'll be honest with you here. I'm averse to the civil war narrative every time it rears its ugly head because it deepens the divisive tendencies that we are all in a hurry to put into a dustbin of history. Please do everything in your capacity to step down any move in its regards, especially as we approach elections. Esther, I bet you, Esther, the day you bring two historian, one Yoruba, one Igbo, or Hausa extraction to your studio, you will need a policeman to
It's true.
to your rescue, because none will come to a consensus. You have told us billboards and posters of Obi and Kwankwaso is being burned down in the north. Please don't mind Baba Gowon and those peddling documentary on the wall. They shouldn't bring these bad memories back. Not at this time. Thanks. Yemi from Songwater. And that's my position. I don't know why now. But again, if Nigeria has survived through all this, we will survive more.
See, let me tell you something, Esther. Let me tell you something.
Yesterday,
the right thing to do was what Jonathan did with that confab. That is how to heal. That's how to heal. You allow people to say everything. You allow them to express their feeling, how they want to be governor, and then you now look at it holistically. The question is, why did he not bring out that confab, that book? And we still need it now, so that we can see what every part of the country is decided.
If Jonathan could not do it, I know Buhari wouldn't have even touched it, because Buhari is a very tribal person.
Even the Oronsonye report.
Before Tinubu became president, Tinubu did not believe in Nigeria. He kept talking about structure.
Yes.
One Nigeria.
That's another thing. That's another thing people are holding him up to. He had always emphasized on he doesn't believe in one Nigeria.
He
has always emphasized
the restructuring. He believes in the restructuring as a demo, as an adequate person.
Yes.
Why has he not brought it up?
Even if Akpabio is there, can't you raise it?
Jonathan, blame the
all of them. Because he didn't dump it.
Buhari is a very tribal person.
But what about Akpabio? Can't Akpabio bring it out?
Akpabio is not a president.
No. It's how they make the law. They can bring. He can request for it.
Because Akpabio was on pick and put there.
That's another problem.
He's saying something. He's saying something that the president fostered that restructuring. What happened? Why can't the president implement it now?
Go and look at the interviews of President Tinubu before he became president.
What changed?
What changed now is what is in Aso Rock. That by the time you get to Aso Rock, don't speak the truth so that you can come back for a second tenure. That's just it. That is just the second tenure syndrome.
Good evening, my lovely Esther Machuka, my Igbo in the studio. Ike from Canal Estate, Okota. The truth about Biafran war has never been told, to the best of my knowledge. A liar needs a liar to cover up a liar to make it a story. God save Nigeria. Happy Children's Day. Night to you. Thank you. Good evening, Esther, Mr. Akundaya, Mr. Elvis and VOB family. It's not only Rwanda that is united. Mandela united South Africans after the apartheid. Kwame Nkrumah united Ghana people. Nigeria's division came to this level since APC came to power since 2015. No sympathy to the people like Omar Agege and some politicians losing tickets. The same Omar Agege that was disrupting Senate with the backing of APC during Saraki's Senate. Amechi from Mafoluku. All right, this person says, greeting to you all. Talking about the Hausas moving around in Lagos, the Okada riders always put their weapons under the seats of the bike, while the truck pushers, that's iron condemned and dirt carriers, always put knives under those their trucks. Any of you can actually look under the trucks for confirmation. Thanks. Godson from Surulere.
Imagine. That's it now.
Hi Esther, Mr. Lawal failed to mention Tinubu amongst those who brought terrorists to this country in 2014 because he said he inherited the government from himself and he was among those who formed APC. Ike from Ilekbo. Mr. Elvis, up to now, I don't know why Tinubu made that statement.
And it's very, very...
I don't know why he made that statement.
It worked against him straight.
He made those statements to carry the
makes no sense.
The interest of the North.
No, it has no meaning in that state. What he was saying has nothing to do with that state. Go and look at it now. I don't know why you brought that up.
But people clap for him.
You know, because he has his stooges here. Now people will kill when the president is traveling. They will kill before the when he's coming out, they will kill again in front of the plane, the aircraft, and that's the sad type. Any small thing they will clap. I've seen them many times. Even if you say they will clap. Have you noticed that?
Good
If you
evening,
call for
Esther.
clap.
ADC coalition from its cradle wasn't reliable, trustworthy, even by the team.
At all, it was a
It is
fraud.
a one-man investment. That
It
is
was a
Baba
fraud.
Atiku. When Peterobi opted out from their kangaroo
whole
assembly,
thing scattered.
some people were blaming him. However, facts and their intrigues have proved to be right. One wonders why ADC is seen as a seemingly replicable or replica of APC in terms of ideology and imposition of candidates. Noah from Igondo. All right. This person says, Esther, evening. My name is Stanley Uzowolo from Ilasamaja. 2027 Nigerian election is make or mar Nigeria. I don't see. Okay. I'm not going to read this out. Thank you very much. Good evening, Esther and gentlemen in the studio. I want to clearly state that the APC membership registered list is a scam and falsehood. APC went from street to street, CDA to CDA, taking people's data, claiming it was for money transfer. That was the same list they compiled and submitted to INEC as their membership register.
That's what
Many
I'm
people
telling you
in that list as APC members will be surprised how their names got there. Nwabi. Hello, Esther. Good evening with your guests in the studio. Please, some people calling are being too emotional. Let's be civil. I'm an Igbo man, but let's use wisdom in ventilating our minds. God is rewarding Nigeria. Mr. Anyanwu from Ajao Estate. Mr. Anyanwu, God bless you. Thank you very much. Your 9 John Legend won't break my head this evening. Me, my parents are still alive because they need me hale and hearty, so I can born grandchildren for them. Esther and guests, good evening all. Let our Igbo people no mind go on. No, God will take control of this country. DJ Escape from Idimu. Alright, this person says, Esther, this is Opara Benjamin. Esther, please have it in mind that Gowon is writing this book now to bring Peterobi down before Nigeria. How?
God.
Tell Mr. Mba that Umahi said that voting for Tinubu will give him will give them Biafra. So you should follow Umahi. John from Ijaniki. Good evening, Esther. I don't even understand what Umahi means.
Those are the sellouts.
Oh, wow. Good evening, Esther. This is Triple A from Ojo. Esther, nature will fail many people come 2027. Many will have high blood pressure if care is not taken. We should be very, very careful in putting our trust on somebody that is their Messiah. May God Almighty heal and bless our land, Nigeria. Good morning. Good evening, Esther. Good evening to you too. Happy Salah celebrations to my Muslim brothers. Please, I want to use this opportunity to urge our Muslim brothers to pray for our country, Nigeria, especially for those that are in the captivity of the kidnappers' den. I always feel bad and sad anytime I remember the harsh conditions they are facing. Please, our government should do something urgent and drastic to ensure the release of all kidnapped victims. Happy Children's Day to all our children, and may God continue to protect them. All right. Okay. This Eva Chukwemeka Emmanuel has been calling. Hello, good evening. Very quickly. Hello.
Yeah, good evening, Esther.
Good evening, sir. How are you? What's your name?
Yeah, good evening, everybody in the studio. Yeah.
Yes, sir. What is your name?
Please, I'm begging.
What is your name, sir? What is your name?
Okay, my name is Mazude.
All right, Mr. Mazi. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Please, I want our people, Igbo mostly, they should stop creating hatred. They should calm down. Nothing happened. I don't see the reason why every time they will be talking as if there is. I mean, if you are giving other tribe, what tribe will make you the president of Nigeria? I remember when we were small, our people always say, Igbo man cannot be this central bank governor. Igbo man never become a central governor. He has to calm down. Don't be too harsh to Nigerians. You understand? If you know you don't like Nigerians, you better go back to Igbo. I don't like the way our people are talking on radio. It makes me shame. You understand? We know that everything has happened. The past tense is past tense. There's Igbo name they call Ogalagaga Mozembezina. Bygone be bygone. Then we'll start afresh. That is they call it Osalirama. Ikiruka. This is a name that will heal you. Your own name. How can't you? Why can't you implement your name? If you implement your name, you don't need to hurt anybody. You don't need to say anybody kill your brother or your father.
True.
Leave it for God. Anything that happened.
True.
Be neutral. Be clean. I don't admire the way they talk on radio.
Thank you very much, sir. God bless you.
They're making other trying to hate them.
Thank you so much, sir, for calling. Thank you. You know, I Mr. Elvis, you won't believe that up to today, my parents never ever preached anything about the war. My mom was she was giving them food. She was small then, very little, but she used to transport food to the soldiers there. She never ever said, oh, this Nigeria, this other kind of thing. I will not lie to you, I didn't even know it was bad until I got to secondary school when they were teaching us history. History was selective. It wasn't a compulsory. Yes, it was selective. I didn't really know a lot of what happened. I will not lie to you. So a lot of this history was new to me, like very new. She only emphasized, Esther, you need to stand out. On a name, the pet names. She used to call me, I'm her mother. Because she feels I always take care of her, so she calls me her mother. And she always emphasized, you just need to stand out. You need to stand out. That was the only thing, and I did not understand why. She will only say, what others will get easily, you will not get easily, so you need to work extra hard. I didn't understand the meaning of that, but that was the thing. Do you understand? That was the thing. Okay. Hello, good evening. Final caller for this evening. What's your name? Hello?
Mr. David.
How are you, sir?
Mr. David.
Mr. David, welcome. How are you?
Yeah. Greeting to your guest.
Thank you.
Esther, what happened is that, there's an Igbo adage that says, also, or the Igbo. So, when you don't feel this thing, or you don't feel this thing, me, I was born during that time of the thank God that I survived. According to my mom, I'm twins. The other one was female, but that one didn't make it. Pastor took that one away. Even the last one that said the way we talk in the radio or something like that. Imagine when you are buying something, somebody will tell you, say you are Nibo, you can't rent this house, Esther. Even the place I'm living now, by God's grace, I've been able to make my own. But I know what I went through before I could rent this place. My money was returned 2 times. Only one woman just came out and said, "This thing you are doing to this man, it's all good." That time I have to do. But now I'm a father of 5. Wow. So when you don't feel what my people is seeing, they see 2015, everything was just disarray in the marketplace. They see you too much. When you see what's happening in Ghana, the people will just come out and say, hey, because you people are not okay. Well, they started this year. It's happened in South Africa. They are campaigning against you. If you are not okay with these people, there's one question that one of you people asked there. We go on know that it was a junior to Ojukwu. Why did he take over? Why not he said the burial of Ojukwu? We are all human beings. We are not sick. We are not iron. We have flesh and blood.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Good evening. Okay. His Royal Highness Bisu Woko Inoshodi. Thank you very much. I read your message. No vex. I didn't call your name. Mr. Elvis, final take.
Nigeria should watch out for 2027. Oro that suddenly came up.
Mr. Elvis.
Yes. Oro must be twat. Public holiday, unnecessary declaring of public holiday because of election, because you are considering that some other persons is going to do better. Nigeria we must watch Amobiton must be on the radar of every Nigeria, because Nigerians must not afford to miss 2027 again.
Mr. Lawyer Kundaya.
When we talk about Biafra and the war, we are not talking because we want war, but we are talking so that people can be healed. First, you must admit that you offended somebody, and then you now beg for forgiveness, and then everything is settled. That is what we're talking about. Now, when we have been able to see ourselves wherever we have done errors, and then be able to reconcile ourselves, and then settle and beg whosoever we want to beg and do whatever we want to do, then we'll move on.
All right.
Nigeria move on as one.
Kundaya. Have yourself an amazing evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday, obviously, continuation of the holidays. I will be here, and by the grace of God, with Barrister Darlington Agumore tomorrow evening, and join us as well for the world news at 6. Do have yourself an amazing holiday. Bye for now.
My people, why you dey suffer for darkness when better solution dey? Fuel don cost, generator noise too much, but now steady light don easy. Na why Casco Electronic Company Limited dey here for you. We dey import and supply original solar product wey you fit trust. Powerful inverters, dry cell batteries, tubular and lithium batteries, charge controllers, solar panels, solar fridge, solar pumping machines, solar AC, solar lights and many more. Whether na for your house abi na for your office or na for your church, your shop or your business, Casco get quality solar solution wey go save your money and give you constant power supply. No fake